What's up, everybody? I want to tell you about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's one of the easiest ways to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting Anchor on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. So download Anchor, the app, or go to anchor.fm to get started. And I'm a veteran, so let's hear some more military cadences. What is up, family? I'm back again, like I never left, like for real, like I never left. The weekend just goes by so fast. My weekend was boring but interesting. One thing about Lent, and I won't blame it on Lent, but one thing about like life when you're trying to elevate your higher being, life always tries you. It just really does. And so I always know, every day I put on my armor, I say my Psalms 91, and I get myself mentally prepared for whatever life will throw at me, because I know that life is going to life. Like, we are not here to, we have our little enjoyments. Like, we have our things, we have our outlets, we have our things, but the bigger picture is that we will always be tried. But the thing about being tried is being true. And so, all is well that ends well. And that saying resonates with me so much, because although things don't start off well sometimes, as long as they end well, that's most important. The older I get, the more I come in tune with who I am. I just realize a lot of stuff. I realize so much more about myself. I realize so much more. I am still a very firm believer in everything happens for a reason. Even if it sucks, it's a reason behind it. And I do think that all things work for the good of those that love God. And so I know that whatever happens or comes my way or your way, if you have your faith and trust in God, you will come out. And I want to just leave you with a few scriptures, not leave you, but start, because like I said, life be trying. So we have to stay prayed up, y'all. But the Lord is faithful, and he will strengthen you and protect you from the evil one. That's 2 Thessalonians 3:3. Isaiah 43:2, when thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. Just take that in. You're going to go through fires, you're going to go through deep waters, you're going to go through these things. This is not heaven. I repeat, this is not heaven, and this is not our final resting place, and this is not our final destination. We are spirits having a human experience. And I always have to remind myself that sometimes, and no matter what is going on or what is happening, I keep my head up, man, because life be trying you, man, and you gotta stay focused. You can't let nobody play with your top. Like, it's real out here, and like every day, as much as I know how fake life is around me, I know how real I am of a person in it. And I hope you know that too, and that everything that you're experiencing or going through, you will make it through. And if you feel like giving up, just know that I'm pushing for you. And I just wanted to start that off for whoever, because you just never know who's going through what. But with that, let's get into some mess, because it's Monday. Let's get it started. Let's go ahead. So Dilbert, do y'all remember that comic strip? So the newspaper dropped him for labeling Black America as a hate group. I actually don't really read him, but he's 65, Scott Adams. He has his podcast, Real Coffee with Scott Adams, on Wednesday. Adams said in a recent poll showed nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people. If so, that's a hate group, he added. Black people can be racist too, Adams says, citing 26% of black respondents who said it's not okay to be white, and 21% said they weren't sure. Adams said that 47% of blacks not willing to say it's okay to be white. That's like a real poll. This just happened. Adams urged white people to get away from blacks. Just get the F away. Wherever you have to go, just get the F away. Because there's no fixing this. This can't be fixed. Adams sarcastically said he previously identified as black for years because I like to be on a winning team, but he's going to re-identify as white because he doesn't want to be a member of a hate group. Adams said he moved to an area with a very low black population. According to reports, he has lived in Pleasanton, California since 2020. Adams added, and I'm also really sick of seeing videos of black Americans beat up non-black citizens. I realize it's anecdotal. It doesn't give me a full picture of what's happening, but every day I look on social media and there's some black person beaten out of a white person. I'm over it, he said. I'm over it. So I quit. It feels good not to be in a racist hate group anymore. Adams reacted to the backlash on the episode saying, "Was this something I said? There's never been a better time to be alive," Adams says in a podcast intro. "Has anybody noticed anything in the news about me lately?" After mentioning he was trending on Twitter, Adams said, "Oh no, my enemies are sending me lots of energy. Oh no, what will I do with all this attention?" Interesting, sir. Okay. What do I say about that? I mean, just look at history, my guy. That's all I'm going to say about that. And it's really silly. So New York hospital fires a nurse who was caught slamming a newborn baby in a bassinet. And there is a video on this, and this is via sandrarose.com. A New York hospital fired a nurse who was caught slamming a crying newborn into the bassinet in the NiCU at the Good Samaritan Hospital in West Islip, New York. "It was heartbreaking," said the baby's mother. "I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't even sleep." 2-day-old Nico was in the neonatal ICU for observation after receiving antibiotics. First-time father Fidel Sinclair went to see his son, noticed him crying through a small opening in the curtain over the window. When he began recording on his cell phone, he captured a disturbing sight. A nurse grabbed the baby, turned him around, and slammed his face down into the bassinet. "I don't know, it just broke me. I didn't know what to do." Fidel showed the videos to Consuelo, who confronted the nurse. Consuelo recalled the conversation. "I told her, I don't want you to touch my child. You just slammed him." She said, "Oh no, if you think I'm mishandling or anything, I'm sorry." Consuelo showed the video to other nurses and hospital administrators. The Catholic Health, which runs Good Samaritan, told that immediate action was taken, including conducting an investigation and firing the individual involved. Additionally, we reported that individual to the Department of Health for further review. "Keeping our patients safe remains our paramount concern." Fidel said he's thankful he decided to go check on his son when he did. "If it wasn't for God who sent me to check on him, we would have never seen anything that happened." That is very scary. And he has a lot of self-control. The baby's fine. He's at home and doing fine. But, man, the way I would have went after that lady. So Little Boosie, who's been controversial in the news with Dwayne Wade's daughter, Zaya Wade, transitioning from male to female, his own daughter has come out as a lesbian. He says he doesn't accept her lifestyle, but he still loves her. So maybe he was deflecting or when he was going after the Wades. Who knows? Monique was suing Netflix. Now she is finally getting her comedy show. It's on Netflix. Her comedy special is called My Name is Monique, and I'm going to play the trailer. I am a big Monique fan, so I will definitely be tuning in, but I'm glad that Netflix broke her off some money. The comedy special airs on April 4th, so let's play it.
Fuck what they said. I told you Netflix would come around. Why did I title this special, My Name is Monique? I give y'all my word after 72 minutes, y'all gonna know why. This shit is called My Name is Monique. Y'all might say, damn, we didn't know we was gonna find out all of that. Yes, my name is Monique. This one right here is personal. This one right here, when you walk away from this one, when you turn your TV off from this one, you'll say, now we understand that woman. For 32 years, I have been funny, and I'm grateful for that gift. But this show right here really allows you to understand why I swing like I swing. There are things that I'm going to say in this comedy special that I thought I would take to my grave. That they were just mine. They were my thoughts. They were my secrets. It was just mine. Before, I was just focused on being funny. Now I feel like I have something to say.
Monique is a legend. She stood on her claims to being the great Monique that she is.
Just as amazing now as she was then. She was honest then, and she's just as honest now.
I came from Newark, New Jersey, so I couldn't miss this. Monique deserves this.
We're just so excited to really lift her up and to get back in the game, you know.
After 32 years in this game, what do I appreciate now that I didn't appreciate when I first started off? I've always appreciated every moment. From 32 years ago, getting in my Ford Festiva, driving from one part of this country to the other part of this country, to come back with no money and just enough to get gas and food, I appreciated every one of those moments to this moment right now, as I'm going to walk out on that stage and do my Netflix comedy special.
So that is April 4th, guys. So I will definitely be checking it out. Wendy is out in the streets. She's begging passerbys to help her up on the curb. Wendy Williams, that is. I'm still holding out faith that Wendy is just doing this to pretend that she's jacked up so she doesn't have to pay her husband some money. That's what I'm hoping for, because Wendy, you can't just really be falling apart like this. Like, I don't want to believe it. So the storms are still storming. There was snow and heavy rain in Southern California, and tornadoes touched to Oklahoma. So the storm is still storming. I know it's raining where I am. In the U.S. news, and this is via CNN, food stamps cuts are happening days away, and millions of Americans brace for tougher times in the grocery aisle. So the SNAP payments under pandemic-era policy are set to expire in 32 states, ending a program that economists have linked to reductions in poverty. When the pandemic aid had boosted its benefits, it's going to get cut next week. Millions of low-income Americans will confront smaller balances in the account and use to pay for groceries, leaving food banks racing for a spike in demand. As of March 1st, emergency allotment for individuals and households enrolled in the SNAP program will end in 32 states, as well as the District of Columbia, Guam, and the Virgin Islands. That means recipients' households will see their monthly grocery allocations reduced by at least $95. So if you are receiving those, they are cutting them March 1st. Let's see what else we have going on. CDC has arrived in Ohio to investigate the health risks from the train derailment. And yeah, Mike Pence is considering running for president. That's interesting. I wonder if that fly will be his vice president, because that fly that he had on his hair just made such a star appearance. The SAG Awards were on tonight. Let's see the winners. Mostly these people that were in shows that I'd never ever watched. But let's see if we recognize some of the winners. Here's the full list. We have Sam Elliott in 1883. Never seen George and Tammy. That was Jessica Chastain won. Jason Bateman won for Ozark. I did see that. Do love that show. Jennifer Coolidge won in White Lotus. I love White Lotus, and I do love her in that. Jeremy Allen White won for The Bear. I've never watched that show. I tried to watch it, but I couldn't get into it. Gene Smart won for Hacks. I watched it. It was alright. The White Lotus won for Outstanding Performance by Ensemble and Drama Series. Abbott Elementary won again for a comedy. Brendan Fraser won for The Whale. Michelle Yeoh won for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Ki Ha Kwan won for Everything Everywhere All at Once. And if you don't know who that is, that was Data in Indiana Jones from back when we were kids, the Asian kid. Jamie Lee Curtis won for Everything Everywhere All at Once. So Everything Everywhere All at Once won a lot. That got Outstanding Performance by Cast in a Motion Picture. So, never seen that. Maybe I'll have to check it out. Maybe. We'll see. We will see. Since I am doing a lot of reading, which I'm shocked because I should really be tired, but I said, you know what? I'm going to come today and give you guys some reading time. But without further ado, because I need to save my vocal cords and I'm not going to be long-winded tonight, let's get into some Dear Abby's. Let's see. So this is Dear Abby. My husband and I have been married for 30 years. In the last 5, I have had so many doctor's appointments, medical procedures, surgeries that I lost count. My husband thinks it's perfectly fine to tell family, friends, and strangers about my medical conditions, tests, and surgeries. I asked a friend if she would pray for an upcoming test. She said she would, and she would continue to pray until I told her otherwise. I had the test. The results were great. My husband told my friend the results without first asking me if it was okay. I realized it when she said, your husband told me the good news. Now, Abby, I understand it was good news, but in my opinion, it was medical information, yada, yada, yada. She said, your oversharing husband should respect your feelings and keep his mouth shut. I mean, yeah, some people, to me, love to be black crows or whatever, but no, my husband needs to not be telling business. He must be really bored because men don't really tell business like that, so it's kind of shocked. Let's see what else we got. Grandma drama. Okay, Dear Abby, my son has a best friend, Earl. He has hung out with him since they were 14. Earl considers me his second mother because his real mother deserted him after he graduated from high school. He's never been married or had kids. I'm 76 and Earl is 55. He does small jobs for me, blah, 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 blah. He calls me off and on and we email a lot. When he calls, I know sometimes I become long-winded. I'm sure Earl gets tired of me going on, but instead of telling me he needs to go, he quietly hangs up on me. I think it's extremely rude. She said, tell Earl to explain why she hangs up. Girl, because you're talking too much. I hang up on people too, and it is rude. But, let me tell y'all older people something. Like, we don't have the heart to get y'all off the phone, so we do pretend like something happened to our phone. And yeah, we probably should end the call, but just don't have the heart. Like, we really try to stick it out and be okay, but I'm sorry. Like, yeah. You just know he's doing it, but you keep talking to him, so I don't know. She just said to ask him why he does it, but what is he gonna say? He's not gonna admit to it. Dear Abby, my wife and I have been married for 5 years with 2 children. I have been putting my hands on her in such a bad way that she's saying we're no longer family and she wants a divorce. I need my wife and children back. It hurts me to stay away. I'm currently going to church and Sunday school and Bible study. I've been praying many hours these past weeks and it's helping me. I will do anything and everything I can to get my family back. Learning. I'm like almost about to laugh at this, but let's see. It's not laughable, but it kind of is. She says, a good first step would be for you to gain some insight about what triggers you to act out violently. Was this physical abuse example from your parents? Does it happen because you have a substance abuse problem? A course of anger management can help you break the destructive pattern. Search online, blah, blah, blah. No, if you got to put your hands on somebody, you don't need to be married, dude. Period. I don't know why your wife's staying with you. I'm like, dear Abby, you trying to get this lady murdered. You should be telling this man to send him your information so you can call the police on him. Not because Bible study ain't helping him if he's no. Well, let's see what else we got. So, I have a new job in a small office. I have never been comfortable meeting new people or learning a new job. So, in order to appear friendly, I chime into office conversations. A couple of times, I revealed too much of my life. Later, I found out the owner audio records the office. Everyone else knew it, but I was never informed. Now, I'm more embarrassed than ever, knowing that my information is now on record. I have since learned to self-censor. Is it common legal practice for employers to bug the office? She said, this is a question you should ask an attorney who specializes in employment. In several states, it is illegal for employers to record conversations you should have been informed when you were hired. That is interesting. And listen, because I'm so paranoid, I be checking for recording devices for real. Because I don't, But most people in the comments are saying that in Oklahoma, if y'all live there, they can record y'all without telling y'all. In California, it requires consent, because I'm seeing what states is what I need to see. Somebody said, talk to the lawyer. The owner messed up by not telling you the office is recorded. Y'all better check y'all state and see if y'all state is somebody that can record you without consent, because that stuff is scary. But the way, like I said, my paranoia is checked out, I be checking for recording devices. But this is for all y'all out there that like to tell y'all business at work. Just try. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Let's do one more. My husband and I have been together for 6 years. We've had a lot of marriage issues during the last years, sexually and otherwise. I no longer trust him because it's something I found out. Is this the porn lady? Yeah, that was the gay porn lady. We read that one. Reread the gay porn lady. That one was cray-cray. That one was wild. Yeah, some of y'all be writing some stuff on here, man. It just be like, what are y'all going through here? Some years ago, my ex and I went through contentious, bitter, and prolonged divorce. She's a foreign national and she returned to her home country a few years afterwards. Our son, who is now an adult, soon followed her. I hope to visit soon. Let's see here. Because, of course, I lost my space because I was saying how long I've been talking. All right, let's go here. Going back to where I was. Okay. I hope to visit him in a couple of months. My soon-to-be ex and my ex, that I will also visit her. I do not wish to see her. We are divorced after all. How do I respectfully let her son know that I do not want to see his mother? And how do I tell the ex? Tell your adult son that while you're looking forward to seeing him and considering circumstances or divorce, you prefer not to contact his mother. Hopefully it does not. Yeah, they should be fine. Like, they're divorced, so, you know. I think that's all we're going to do for our dear Abby. Some of y'all is some major super freaks on this. Like, I can't believe some of y'all little elderly people and the stuff y'all be having going on here. I'm just looking to see, because I'm nosy, what other nutty things you guys have done. Let's read one more. Dear Abby, my partner and I recently had a baby and it's created some major issues with my mom and in-laws. Mom is an unhappy person who blames others and external factors for her unhappiness. She laments her unhappiness to me. She's incredibly jealous of any time we spend with my partner's family. She makes mean comments about them to me and questions the amount of time we spend with them. Having her in the same room as any of my partner's family is stressful. It even stresses me out when she asks me if I've seen them. We spend a lot of time with both families and see both once a week. Additionally, Mom comes over once during the week to see the baby and stay for dinner. My partner is wonderfully supportive and kind. He continues to welcome Mom into our home and treat her well. However, I don't think it's fair to my partner to be treated poorly and to know that my mom says mean things about their family. I've tried speaking to my father about this, but he says things like, that is how she is, you can't change someone, just remain neutral. I feel hopeless and I wouldn't know what to do. Give Mom an ultimatum about her behavior, blah blah blah. She says, although you can change your mother's attitude, you can do something to change her behavior. The next time she questions about the time you're spending with your partner's family, you should say, Mom, you already know the answer to that. Stop asking. The next time she says it's something, no, you're going to have to nip this in the butt, because you do not want her saying these things in front of your grandbaby or your baby. Like, you don't want her saying disparaging things about the in-laws and then it gets back, and yeah, it's just gonna create some drama. So you're gonna have to put on your little big girl panties and tell Mama to chill it out. Well, guys, that is going to be all tonight, because I dug deep to read y'all these things. But I will definitely be back tomorrow. I just wanted to give you guys some encouragement and just stay focused on life. Don't let people knock you off of your square. You know, I'm trying to stay encouraged myself, because like I said, life be life, and sometimes, and I am not, and you will not let people or this life get the best of you. This too shall always pass. Efforts for Family is signing off. You guys have an amazing, wonderful week.